Well, good thing I emptied it out, because look what I found. Really don't like the glass, but we're gonna take it. Welcome to the Polly the Wog channel. I am gonna go out street scrapping, but first I am gonna take this metal that's in my trailer and put it into the back. Well, I should say I'll take this metal that's in the back of my van and put it into my brother's trailer. So I got more room for street scrapping goodies. He's got a few little things in there. Yeah, definitely need to make some room in case we find anything decent. This is all stuff I found just driving around doing my regular stuff, not really looking for scrap metal, but stumbling across it. Yeah, once you start getting into the scrapping lifestyle, even when you're not looking for scrap metal, you start seeing it everywhere. Come on, get out of there. I had more in here than I thought I did. These hoses. Yeah, I found those in a dumpster the other day. It's nice braided hoses, but the connectors are just steel. So I think these are just going to go to the steel pile. And a couple of steel chairs. Alrighty, got that in there. Let's head out, do a little bit of street scrapping, see what we can find. Well, interesting little pile, but I don't think I want any of that stuff. But this scooter with the battery already removed, well, I guess the battery's still hanging on it. But it's good scrap. Is it a lead acid battery? I think so. Alright, we'll just cut that. That's good. Leave that sitting back there. Alright, good little first find. Let's see what's next. A nice little chair on the curb. We'll just leave that sitting there for them. Yeah, nice heavy chair. Nice heavy chair indeed. I'm sure it's got to be steel. Yep. Yep, definitely steel. I assumed as much just because of how heavy it was. Alright, that's in there. Let's carry on down the road. See what other scrap metal we can find. Well, a little bit. Some light fixtures. Okay. Okay. Will these come off? I believe they will. Or maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. I cannot tell. No, it's not going to come off super easy, so we're going to take all of it. I think that's all she wrote. Try not to break the glass. these cords? They appear to be. All right. That's a different kind of cord, that's for sure. Let's just snip that, doesn't want to pull out. Alright, got my weird cord. There's the brassy stuff brass. Wow, it's not magnetic, so that's a good start. It might be brass. Alright, we'll leave those goodies sitting right there. I'll have to check later with a file to see if they're really brass or not. I'm going to take our strange little cord. Alright, let's carry on. Well, it looks like a little donation box of some snaggly scrap. They can keep their box, but we'll take all the little metal bits. Stuff that down the side here. Thank you. Alright, take a peek in some dumpsters. Big old office chair. Don't want that. There's a tub box, no tub. One little piece. Nothing. One little metal spoon on the ground. Little piece of yard art. That's stuck on there. And I don't think I'm going to bother with that. Too hard to fish it out with my dumpster stick. And it doesn't really weigh anything. Oh, unlock the van. That helps. Alright, my little piece of yard art and my spoon. Alright, carrying a couple more dumpsters. Don't really see anything good. I saw a lamp with a cord in the other one, but it didn't look like a metal lamp. Do I really want the cord? Yeah, I guess so. Keep forgetting to unlock the back. Alright, dumpster stick to the rescue. See if we can get ourselves a cord. Whoops. I saw the cord right there. And this lamp is not very metal, I don't think. Let me double check. Nope. That would be a ceramic. So yeah, let's just do that. They can keep the cord. Nothing else in there. I should say they can keep the lamp, I'll keep the cord. Icky dumpsters. Just leave that up in there. Well, at least I got a little cord. Alright, let's see what's next. A couple more. I don't see anything in particular. Looks like some sort of electronic, maybe. Nothing in this one at all that I can see. What are these? That's glass. Yep, so that's all been picked through, just wood and glass. Yep. Yep, nothing that we want. Debating about this little electronic thing I can see. It's a D-Link Wi-Fi router. I don't think so. All right, let's carry on. Checking a couple more. Some weird little outdoor light thing that isn't worth anything. Be like Christmas lights at best. Plastic and wood. So yeah, no go there. All right, we better go back to the street scrapping and just keep looking for stuff on the curb. And just like that, it is pouring rain. So I'm gonna keep going scrapping, but I really hope this rain lets up a little bit because I'm not in the mood for getting absolutely soaking wet. So we'll see what happens. See if we can find some more scrap. That's a little scrap on the curb. I'm glad we're at least finding some stuff. You can keep that burgundy part of the chair. I'll take this. Well, I'm gonna check out a few more streets in this area. I am very close to home still, so it'd be nice if I could find another couple of things. But at the same time, since I'm so close to home, I think I'm just gonna take some of this stuff back to my brother's trailer and unload it so I've got more space in case I find anything big. Oh, we'll see what happens. Wish this rain would go away. All right, I am gonna put this stuff into my brother's trailer. To my little brassy bits. The spoon and the scooter can go. I'll move my dumpster stick out of the way. I think these should just be thrown away. Snaggle scrap. Let's see if we can get this big chair out. And that frees up some space. All right, let's head back out scrapping and see what we can find. That's a folding chair. It is. We'll take a folding chair. It's a heavy one too. All right. Let's hope we find some more. Good thing I emptied it out, because look what I found. Really don't like the glass, but we're gonna take it. Use my little bumper protector. Get in there. Oh, of course my dumpster stick hooked onto it. Of course it did. Come on, get up there. There we go. There we go. All right, it's in there. That's better. All right, I'm still close to home, so I think I'm gonna check this little neighborhood, and then we'll go ditch that table and potentially anything else that we might find. All right, carrying on. Yeah, figured we'd check a few more dumpsters, but I spotted these. That counts as scrap metal. Let's toss these in the back. And while we're here, let's just take a peek. Nothing. A lot more nothing. See a couple little bits, but they're attached to wood. And nothing. Nothing really. Broom handle. Yeah, that's not coming out. Don't see anything. Nope. I think we got what we came for. All right, let's close it up and carry on. All right, so before I hit a new neighborhood, I want to get rid of that table. Yes, let's get this out of here. All right, I'll get this one last little folding chair. I got a good little bit of stuff in there. All right, carrying on. Found a little bit of scrap. Our yard does take the tanks, so I'm gonna take it. Another umbrella, yes please. We'll take another umbrella. What do we got here? A couple little scraps. Wood mallets, we don't need those. Well, I'll take the other little bits. Tidbits. All right, let's carry on. Find some more scrap. I think I see a little scrap. Yeah, definitely some things we can take. Yeah, this run hasn't been going particularly well since I dropped off the table. See, is there anything else? That shovel looks very plasticky. Yeah. It's always debatable when they have the wood poles. I think I'm gonna leave them behind because that's a lot of wood. But I'll take these couple of metal pieces here. Some rusty goodness. that in there for now. Yeah, good enough. Alright, well, I'm going to find a few more things to fill up the back of the van. I'd like to get a little bit more into my brother's trailer. Make for a decent load of scrap for him to take in the morning. Well, we'll see how it goes. Try not to get hit by the cars. What does this say? Free queen-size bed frame and rails. Okay. Well, I don't really want the headboard, but I do want the bed frame. Hopefully it'll fit, because I forgot my tools. It's a good question, is it gonna fit? Yeah, I wish I'd brought a wrench, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fit. No. But I want it. It figures I had just taken tools out of my van. And I don't know what I have. Might be something in this bag. Let's see. Jumper cables. But I need a wrench. Those might work. Maybe, if I can get them out of there. What do we have there? A utility knife and a star. Well, will these work? That's the question. Oh my, they will. Come on. Come on. All right, there's one side. I don't think that guy was very happy. I'm not really blocking the road, there's lots of room. I'm just happy that I had this little wrench. I didn't think I was going to be able to take this frame for a second, and that was upsetting me. Come on, fold up. Whoopsie. Tripping over everything. Nice. Yeah, I think that was everything. That other pile was mostly wood. Oh yeah, I better close up my little bag. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those little pliers in my pocket though. Huh. Well, I'm glad I had that. Alright. Let's carry on. before the sun goes down and see if we can find any more scrap metal. Well, I think that was it. So I'm gonna get this stuff into my brother's trailer so he can take it into the scrapyard in the morning. I was only out scrapping for probably just under 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes, something like that. So it wasn't too bad. Found an okay amount of scrap. And toss those right up in there. Get in there. There we go. It's 4 little casters. A little bit of stuff here. That wasn't a horrible night of scrapping. Wasn't fantastic. Now the next time I go out scrapping, I'll definitely be going out with the truck and trailer with my brother. But every now and again, when he's not feeling well, or he's just too tired to go, I'm gonna get rid of that. Yeah, every now and again when he's too tired or just doesn't feel like it, I just go by myself and see what I can find. But obviously with the van, it's never quite as good. Let's get this tank out of here. Yeah, I just got my little brass bits and the small lead acid battery. Alright, and bonus footage time. Spotted an air fryer in a stinky dumpster full of water. There's that piece. Ew. Yep, that'll work. Toss my dumpster stick back in there. And these are my home dumpsters. So I'm gonna walk this back to my brother's trailer. All right, extra air fryer. There we go. That's in there. So yeah, a little bit of bonus scrap. So yeah, that's it. That's our entire load of scrap. It's not too bad. I'd hazard a guess on how much it actually weighs. I'd probably say 380 pounds. Just a guess. But I don't know. But my brother is going to take this into the scrapyard in the morning. And I'm going to show you that right now.
Well, good morning and welcome back to Zubik's, where we like to bring all our scrap metal. Still only 7:26 this morning, so it's still a little bit dark. Hope the camera's picking up everything in okay detail. That would be a bad start to the morning, especially for Earl. old train cars getting ready to be demolished. It's always fun watching them rip those apart. Oh, here come the cranes. Go get out of their way. Truck it goes. The reason they're putting it all in the truck is because they're still rebuilding their new shredder, which is all coming together. You can just see the new machine over the top there, the blue one, and it's all just starting to come together. So hopefully it'll be up and operational soon, but in the meantime they're sending it all out to be processed elsewhere. Pretty cool. Well, all you little pollywoggers out there, I hope you have a great day. See ya.
Well, my brother took that load in pretty darn early this morning, and it was still a little bit dark at the scrapyard. So hopefully that footage came out okay. Now, when I made that guess of how much the actual load of scrap metal weighed, turned out I was pretty darn close. We had 400 pounds of just regular tin shred on the trailer, going at $200 per ton, or 10 cents per pound. So easy math on that one. That paid us $40. Not too bad for a night out scrapping in my van. I don't like doing it that much because obviously you saw how many times I had to keep dropping stuff back off at home in the trailer just to free up room in the van, because you never know what you're going to come across. And the last thing I want to do is pull up onto like a stove or a dryer or something like that I wouldn't be able to take because I already got too much stuff in my van. So luckily that never happened. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. I truly appreciate you being here, and I really hope I see you right here in the next one.